I know you're not having the conversations about black women in your home because you, sir, are married to a white woman. And while we not judging you for marrying a white woman,
not at all.
Proud of you, brother, for being a father, raising your kids. Proud of you for doing that as a black man, because some don't, respectfully. But you can't be in this conversation, my brother. You are officially uninvited to the cookout.
No clearance.
What up, everybody? What's happening? What's cracking? Welcome back to another episode of the No Clearance Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler. We got producer of the pod, Jay, in the building, and it's time for another episode of Nigga Talk. Yay. Meaning KC is not here. Big shout out to KC. Much love to KC.
I want to preface something before we start this podcast about my good dear friend, KC.
Indeed.
We are not beefing. We just have very busy schedules lately, and it's just nothing's leaking up.
Yes.
Ain't nothing happened all between me and KC. I just want to preface it.
KC had a rough day.
Rough day.
We will not get into any more details, but she had a rough day.
Just no good, dirty, bad day.
She would not have been at her best for the episode. And we not out here trying to force black women to do what they don't want to do. Mm-hmm. We show love to all black women.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
When they need to take a day, we let them take a day.
Let them take a day.
Let them take the day.
The performance when they show up is so above and beyond.
Yeah.
That why not give them a day off? But with that being said, just know I will not be in next week.
Oh yeah.
And I'll talk about that when I get back. But I won't
KC
be
gonna hold it down.
You feel me? Yeah. Let's get into the episode, man. Let's get into the podcast. Word. We missed Jalen's nerd news last week, so let's get to it this week. Jay, what's going on in the nerd news?
Cool. So this week I want to talk about two trailers. First, I want to talk about the official trailer for Superman.
And wait a minute, man. Wait a minute.
Wait. What you stopping? What you stopping me for?
They've already dropped 2 trailers. What makes this? Why you say this the official trailer?
Because I hate that movies do this. But by the way, so the first one was technically a teaser. The second one was a exclusive clip, and the third, this is the official trailer.
Okay.
It's confusing. I don't like that movies do this. This will be the last trailer I watch for this movie because the next one's probably gonna just ruin it. Everything about it.
Okay.
But I will say for this trailer, you get to see a little bit more of the new Superman and his personality, I would say. You get to see him do more things, not just in the last trailer. He was all beat up and bruised, and you just see him saving people. You don't see him speak too much. You get to see a full conversation between him and Lois Lane in this trailer, which is interesting to see that they're going to have some type of conflict, and they're going to actually have, like, Lois Lane's going to be like Lois Lane, how she's supposed to be, it seems like. She's going to not be afraid to ask the hard questions because she's a good journalist. So it's nice to see that. It's nice to see a Superman that's showing a little bit more emotion in this scene that's in the trailer. You just see a lot more of David Cornsweet's take on Superman. And I think...
Who is David Cornsweet?
That's the actor who is playing Superman.
Sorry. All I know is
Henry Cavill.
Gunn. The only name I know from this movie is Gunn.
James Gunn. Yeah, James Gunn's the director.
Now, what do we think of Lois in regards to, and I say this very respectfully, in regards to looks? Cartoon.
This really is a nigga talk. Let me tell you.
No, I'm just saying on the cartoon, she, for a white woman, I mean, she top tier cartoon wise. You feel
them
me?
Cartoons? Let me tell you, them cartoons from back in the day is the reason we love thick women, like everybody, because they used to draw them all thick. But I will say, looks wise, to get a little Saji on the episode.
Let's get a little Saji
A little
for a quick
Saji.
second.
She's alright, you know.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
never thought of Lois Lane as like she's supposed to be the most attractive like superhero girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
fair.
So like if she looks regular, I feel like you hit the nail on the head, you know what I'm saying? So this one I would say she's a little bit prettier, but I do like her take on it as well. Like it feel like the actress really tried to make it a little bit of her own. And
Mm-hmm.
they try to do I just like how they're doing so much different things but like nothing too drastically where it's concerning.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was an overall good trailer. It got me hype. I really like to see it. I like to see the other characters that are going to be in the movie. We got to see some more Green Lantern. We got to see more of Hawk Girl. So we got to see Frank Grillo, who's reprising his role from all season 2 of Peacemaker, where he's playing the same character, and in the animated show Creature Commandos, where he plays the character in that show too. So Frank Grillo is all over the place. Which is cool to see that James Gunn is really leaning in on the interconnectivity of all these different projects coming out with his new DCU. So I think overall it was a strong trailer. It got me hyped up for the movie, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Superman is just such an interesting character in regards to he gets put in this situation where people like hate him, but they also, they can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
This man could literally, he's Superman, right?
Yeah.
So I'm very interested. Of course, I feel like it's another one of those like his emotions going to be played with, and how does he really handle that aspect of it
Yeah.
more so. But definitely I see a Superman with way more personality than
Yeah.
we've seen in the past. Even just the part when he's like, "Hey, look up here," and then
Yeah, eyes on me.
eyes on me. Look,
That
yeah,
was kind of that was
that
pretty
was
tough.
hard.
I thought
That
that was
was
hard.
hard.
Yeah, I thought it was tough.
And you can still see, even with the official trailer, you still see the play on cinematography wise. You see the colors. You see
Yeah.
how it's a lot more lighter and brighter than previous DC
It's
movies. DC
very
movies,
vibrant.
yeah,
Like it's just so
vibrant is the
colorful.
word. DC
Everything
movies
looks so
just
colorful.
always seem, regardless of the time of day, DC movies was dark.
Yeah.
So
Like Batman makes sense, but not everybody.
exactly. So I get that, and yeah. Look, I'm boycotting Marvel right now, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go get my ticket. I'm gonna get my ticket.
I will
So
say another thing about the trailer is I think it's cool that we actually see Superman saving people and being
yes, and
concerned about saving
not just
people
beating people up like
or
he's
beating
normally
up
just.
monsters or something. Like
Yeah.
he's
Now he is
actually
beating up a monster
cares.
at the end.
He
I
is,
mean,
but like
they got
they added
some.
him saving people as well.
Yeah, they
So
got some
like
crazy monsters
yeah,
in
the movie. I will say, my biggest concern for this movie is it looks like they're trying to do a lot.
That's true, but I feel
They
like
got Lex Luthor in there. They got like the Justice League. It looks like in there. They
maybe I'm
got
tripping.
a giant monster.
I might be tripping, but here's the thing, man. Batman has had its moment.
Yeah,
Superman hasn't necessarily had that yet, and I'm hoping this movie really gives
not since the
its
'70s
right. I'm
with them
hoping this
old ass
movie
movies.
gives Superman the same moment that Batman. Which one was the jump with the Joker?
The
The
Dark
Dark
Knight.
Knight.
Yeah,
I'm hoping this gives Superman the same feeling we got from Dark Knight.
yeah.
I mean, maybe there's high expectations because Dark Knight was just absolutely ridiculous. But
Batman got a lot of cool stories. You know, a lot of more
yeah,
relatable stories. So it's easier to make. I feel like it's easier to make a good Batman movie over
I
a
mean,
good Superman movie.
but also we also gotta remember the Joker made the Dark Knight more than the Batman, right?
Yeah,
So what's Cuzzo bald nigga? He
Lex
got to come
Luthor.
with it. Lex Luthor got to come with it.
Yeah,
And we ain't even really heard Lex Luthor's talk yet for real.
yeah.
They just been
Not really.
showing him.
Just a
They
little
just been
bit.
showing him. and I know because I brought up the movie, so I'm just doing some comparisons. When I think of the Dark Knight, and I think of them the trailers, it was just like, yo, this Joker looks absolutely
Yeah.
crazy. You know, that was the big thing really about it. So
Mm-hmm.
we just ain't seen nothing really. I feel like a good superhero movie. Not only is it the fact that we hope this storyline it makes Superman real, like different, shows Superman a different light, but like this villain looked like crazy as hell. We haven't necessarily gotten that just yet.
Mm-hmm.
So
Makes
I'm
sense. I see what your point is. Like you could. I feel like they're not trying to do that though. I don't feel like they're not trying to make like Lex Luthor the overarching villain, like
yeah, and that's the
menacing. Like so, it looks like it's gonna be more like pushing Superman,
yeah.
like not giving him. I don't. That's what I'm saying. It looks like it's a lot. Like he's fighting some big giant armored guy. He's He's fighting a giant monster. He might fight Lex Luthor.
I mean, Lex
It's
Luthor don't necessarily do a lot of. Man, I could be wrong about this. I'm not a Marvel historian. Lex Luthor's more of a behind the scenes type of nigga.
yeah, kinda sometimes, most times.
Yeah, he
He
ain't really
also is
going toe
a
to toe. And if he do go toe to toe with
he,
Batman, he got that kryptonite in the pocket.
yeah. He not afraid to go toe to toe with him. He got a suit. Lex Luthor got a suit where he
We
can.
that might have been him in that suit.
I don't know. See that's that historically. They say that's a new. They did say that's a new made up character just for the movie.
Okay.
So I don't know what that gonna be. But like I said, I think it's gonna be. I think it looks good. It made me excited to see the movie. But my only concern is I feel like they're doing a lot, and I don't know if like. There's a lot going on in this movie. I feel like
I mean, it looked like we're skipping the origin story.
yeah, for sure. It looks
We
like
got to be
it
right.
might be sprinkled in throughout. It looks like just like we don't really
Yeah,
need that much of an origin story. But yeah,
yeah.
that's my thoughts on the first Superman trailer.
I
Me and
like it. I
Tyler,
like
you
it.
know. And the next trailer I want to talk about is Marvel's next project before their next movie, Fantastic Four. They're releasing another show on Disney Plus for the character Ironheart,
Uh huh.
Riri Williams from Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, I feel like this is a couple years late.
Just a little bit.
It's not. I feel like Hey, look, I'm glad you're getting the show. I'm glad you're getting the show. But before you get into it, I just feel like a couple years late. But this should have. I feel like, and maybe it was thought out, and maybe something happened where they couldn't get it up and running. But
Yeah.
if you was
The writer strike, I think, messed it up too.
yeah, if you was to drop the show, it would have been fresh off of Black Panther 2.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, you can't change the past. So shout out to them for getting this out.
For
Really,
sure. For
really,
sure.
really, really. And I'm my bad. I'm gonna stop after this. Really, because she is a black woman who goes to MIT and is really very. She's just like it's all intellectual. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? It's a great portrayal
Yeah.
of black women using their mind. Now,
I think
go ahead.
in all of Marvel, she's supposed to be like one of the top 3 smartest people.
After Iron Man
I think after Iron
and
Man and this is
Hulk,
little black girl.
there's another black girl.
Yeah, it's a little black girl. She got a cartoon on Disney Plus on Disney, I believe. And I think it's
Oh,
like something in the giant dinosaur. She's like a little black girl genius, and she got a giant dinosaur.
okay. It's the
They have
Hulk
a good
now. I
they have
guess
a
Hulk
good
is
sound.
four.
They have a good soundtrack in that little cartoon show.
I'm gonna check it out.
But yeah, she's supposed to be up there. I think it's top 3 or top 5. She's supposed to be up there intellectually wise.
Okay.
But the trailer for the movie dropped. I mean, for the show, I'm sorry, show dropped. I believe it should have probably been a movie, but I thought it was a good trailer. I'm gonna give it a chance because I actually enjoyed this character
Yeah.
in the and I've been waiting to see this character be portrayed on film. But I thought the trailer, honestly, I thought the trailer was just okay. I didn't think it was
Um.
anything too crazy. It didn't look anything like I thought it was gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with the character because Ryan Coogler is executive producer on it, so that doesn't mean like it's gonna be amazing just because he's executive producer. But I would like to hope that he had some good insight on the show and had a little bit of input on the show. You know?
I will tell you why I have faith in this. Anthony Ramos.
Yeah,
Anthony Ramos, I
very
don't think
talented.
he's ever taken an L in regards to and mind you, he does a lot of stuff, so I could have missed some things. He don't take too many L's in regards to stuff he put out.
And he's good. He's always good in everything
He's
he's in.
always
Even if
good.
it's not a good project, he's always good at it.
Yeah.
Like Transformers. I liked him in Transformers.
He was great in She's Gotta Have It.
Yeah, he was.
He was great in what's that play, that rapping play? Anthony Hamilton in Hamilton.
Yeah, Hamilton, yeah. That's what he got famous for.
Yeah. I believe just off of him alone,
Yeah.
we got some decent acting going on. And I just feel like I understand what you're saying in regards to Ryan Coogler just EPing, but it is under his media company as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a good story.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good story. I think it's going to be much bigger than she's a superhero. I think this is dealing with somebody who's poor, but also is gifted.
Yeah.
And that comes with a lot of problems you have to face when you know what you can do, but you don't have the funds. And you got to figure out a way to get it. And that's a story that is bigger than superhero being a superhero type stuff.
For sure,
situation.
for sure.
You feel me?
I'm like I said, that all sounds interesting and stuff. I don't think I have hope in it. I don't think it's gonna be bad.
Fair.
I think it'll be good. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be solid. I don't think if it blows my socks off, I will be talking about it every week.
Well, here's what's gonna happen. I'm interested in Marvel's promotion.
Yeah. They waited. I feel like they waited a little bit too long.
Well, when's the show drop?
Next month.
Okay, well
we should have seen a trailer for this like 2 months ago.
Well, here's the beauty about a TV show in difference to a movie, right? Normally, when the show drops, that's when not only can they promote when the show drop, but they can promote mid-season. You can promote and still get certain numbers. Now, I don't know how they judge TV shows like versus movies. Movies is like first week, second week numbers. But we'll see. I'm sure somebody gonna go on a Breakfast Club. I'm sure
I think
somebody
she already went on there. Did recent? I think she's about to, at least.
Okay, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of the hip hop stations picking this one up. So it'll be very interesting if we can get the black people and especially black women to tune in. I'm not putting it on them. I'm not putting it on them.
I feel
I'm
like
just saying.
I feel like the young it might be geared towards young black women.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see. You know, I'm excited to see the show. I'm really excited about it. I like the character of Ironheart in general.
Do you think we get appearances from Letitia Wright, from the Wakandans at all?
I don't think so. I don't know about that.
And I'm also curious if this will take place. If this is going to take place, no, this is definitely going to take place after she got back from Wakanda, because that's what.
That's when that was in the trailer. Yeah, because she don't got her stuff no more. They took it.
Yeah.
It was in the trailer. I think they said they took it. But yeah, I'm gonna watch it first week. So there's gonna be 6 episodes. They're dropping the first 3 on the premiere, and then they're gonna go week to week from there. So it's only gonna be like a 4-week span of time. So it's not gonna take up too much time.
Yeah, and I'm hoping if she from Detroit, bro. Hey, look, man. The culture has to be in the show.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's regardless of if she's somewhere in MIT or if she back in Detroit. If she in the D, I need to hear some "What up, those." I need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need that. I need
and
the
like
feel.
not
you
have
got
it be corny. It can't be
right,
corny.
Right. You need a car passing by, Babyface Ray blasting or something. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm asking. Right. Anyway,
Babyface Ray.
Don't.
That's a deep cut right there.
I'm just saying.
Big
Sean. Oh, Big Sean. Okay.
I'm just saying. No. I'm just saying. No. Just flexing on people, man.
You feel me? I keep up with the
you
shit.
know, a little something, you know, a little something.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, that's Jalen's nerd news. I hope y'all enjoy these projects when they drop.
Yeah, let's get into our main topic is gonna be a little bit sports, since we niggas, you know, we love sports. I know we don't talk about sports in this podcast, but just know outside of this, we really be talking to
I feel like it's more. This situation is a little bit more than sports.
Fair, but hear me out. I want some NBA picks from you real quick.
Okay,
and then we'll get into the situation.
Let
okay.
me know.
The conference finals are set. We got a battle of the YNs in Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Jay, who you got in that series, and what is the series? What will be the series score?
I got OKC in 6.
Okay, I got Minnesota in 6. So I love to see that.
You think Minnesota could make it to the NBA Finals?
I truly do. They are very athletic, and then they got that boy Rudy in the middle.
Hey, you know what? That might be fire for if the unfortunately fire if the Knicks make it and Minnesota makes it, because Dante DiVincenzo could be like, "Yo,
what up? We made it anyway. We got here together, guys.
Yeah.
Nova.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, New York Knicks versus the Indiana Pacers. Jay, who you got?
I could really, truly care less, to be honest.
You think so?
But I don't like the Pacers. I don't like them not one bit. I don't like Halliburton.
What you got against the Pacers?
I'm not a fan of Halliburton. I just don't really care for that team. I'm just being 100%. I'm not a fan of the Pacers. I'm not like this iteration of the team. I'm not a fan. I could care less about them. So unfortunately, Knicks in 5. But, yeah, Knicks in 5.
I think this is going to 7. I think this is going to be the closest we get to 90s basketball in a long time.
Honestly, I will say the series in itself is going to be an interesting one to watch.
It's going to be a battle, bro.
They're going to be scrapping.
These are two basketball like towns, two basketball cities. Like, you know, Hoosiers. You know, Indiana don't play about their basketball, and then New York City is like, yo,
bro.
Son.
It was pretty bad between Boston and New York, bro. People was getting beat the fuck up.
I mean, this historically the Pacers and the Knicks are
they have a very legendary rivalry.
Pretty legendary rivals, and
you hear Reggie Miller?
What did he say?
Reggie Miller. They were like, "Oh, how do you feel going to broadcast in New York?" He goes, "I have owned this city since."
He really has, though.
He really has. They ain't never beat him.
But that nigga scored like 8 points in 5 seconds or something.
No, it
crazy
was 12 points in 5 seconds.
Bro, ridiculous.
It wasn't ridiculous about points. I know. Was it 9? I think it was 9.
It was
something crazy. No, it was 11. It was 11.
Right next to Spike Lee, the nigga did the choke and then grabbed his nuts. Yeah, I mean, that
nigga said choke on my dick. Nigga said choke on my. Yo, Reggie Miller was a bad man.
We gotta know Spike Lee gonna be in the building, and Halliburton. While his shot don't.
If Halliburton does the Reggie Miller, I want to slap him in the mouth. I'd want to slap him in the mouth.
But I'm not
a fan of him. I just don't know what it is. I don't like his game.
His game is smooth, bro.
I'm not a fan of it. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of it.
I'm a fan of Miles Turner though, and
Miles Turner. I like Miles Turner.
Miles Turner's solid.
He's tough.
They got Pascal Siakam. They got Siakam on the squad. You know.
Yeah, Pascal. I like Pascal.
Everybody besides Halliburton is somebody you want to play like play tough, play hard.
Yeah, they do got a tough team. Yeah. Miles Turner. Every time I think of him, I think he's tough. So
it's just Halliburton.
Tyler's Halliburton. And you know what? This nigga talk. Halliburton's a fucking bitch, bro. I don't fuck with Halliburton, man. I'm gonna go full hater. I don't fuck with Halliburton. I don't know what it is. It's just something about his face. I feel like he makes light skins look bad. All right. He always got a white woman. I knew it was frustrating.
I knew it was a white Hey, he looked like a milk merchant. That's
Yo, that's what it
the
is.
whole
It's the
time.
milk
He looked like
merchantness.
a milk
It's
merchant.
the milk merchantness, bruh. It's the milk
He just gives
merchantness.
milk. And his daddy gonna come on the court all up in
Yeah.
Yada's face.
Y'all just smacked that nigga in the mouth.
All right, I got
Who
New
you got,
York in
sorry?
7. I got New York in 7.
New York is 7. Okay.
I think it's going. I think
I
this might be.
honestly, I respect that. Because
Yeah,
I was either thinking 5 or 7. I
this
don't
might
know
be the
why I don't
most
think it's going
intense.
6.
I think it's going to be the most intense basketball we've seen
How do you think
in
it's
a
going to
long
get to
time.
7? Here's an interesting
All right.
question.
I'm gonna tell you how it's gonna get to 7. Indiana gonna win game 1 in New York, and they gonna walk off that court talking big shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because Madison Square Garden gonna be packed out.
And Halliburton is a little bitch, so he gonna be
Knicks,
talking shit like he
come
did
back.
something.
Knicks come back. They gonna win the next 2. They're gonna win 1 in New York. They're gonna win game 1 in Indiana, and they gonna pull the same shit that Indiana did in game 1, talking big shit, walking off the court in Indiana.
All
That's gonna put Indiana in a place where, hey, we gotta shut these niggas up.
Okay.
They win game 4. Now we back in New York, and it's gonna go Knicks win at home, Pacers win at home, Knicks win at home.
Okay.
That's how it's gonna go.
Okay. This is actually a very interesting finals. Because I don't think any of these teams, maybe the
Knicks
Pacers
versus the Timberwolves that'll be fun, man.
Like, I think OKC's only made to the finals once.
Yeah, versus the Heat. KD and
has Minnesota made to the finals?
Never.
I don't think so. The Knicks
since the Knicks ain't won since 73.
Yeah, we know they ain't been in a while. And
They
the Pacers,
last time they went.
the Pacers ever won one?
Last time the Knicks went was the 99 or 2000 when Tim Duncan won his rookie year. He won the finals rookie year versus the Knicks. Latrell Sprewell led that team to the finals. Shout out to Latrell.
After he punched the coach in the face.
Tell KC about that. Choke the coach.
Yeah, choked the coach. That's what it was.
Pacers have never made it to the finals. They've gotten close.
So, and I seen this is the first Western Conference Finals with no team from Texas or California.
Texas or California? Wow.
Yeah, think about the Mavs and Spurs.
Yeah.
Since like the 90s. It was like the Mavs, the Spurs.
Golden State.
LA, both teams.
Sacramento.
Sacramento made it to the Western Conference Finals.
Versus LA.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, since like the
It's
90s.
middle of America. This ain't even the Western Conference Finals. This middle of America Finals.
Yeah.
That's great.
Not. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Actually, oh shit, I didn't think about that. Oh shit, yeah. Wow.
This is the Midwest. This is the Midwest Finals.
Yeah, for sure.
That's crazy work.
Interesting.
All right. So now
who you gonna think's gonna win the finals?
Win?
Yeah.
Minnesota.
If Minnesota makes it. I
want OKC to put all my chips behind the YN.
I like
YN
SGA.
King, AE, boy.
Not a big fan of Anthony Edwards, to be honest.
Put all my chips behind AE, boy.
The nigga's nice.
With everything going on in his life,
I'm not the hugest Anthony Edwards fan. Out of my YNs, I like SGA more. I think SGA is just smooth. Here's
the thing, and you know how I feel.
He's Canadian. I get it.
This the only time I with the American. Now I will say SGA proved in that last series he's the best Canadian in the league. He got my nigga who the guard for Denver. Got that nigga out the way, Murray.
Jamal Murray. Yeah, he got. You know where Jamal Murray from?
Canada.
Yeah, Canada.
That's what I'm saying.
Niggas from Canada, they're strange bunch. Shout out Canada. If you
shout out to Canada. I do plan on taking a road trip out there to Toronto.
I would want to go there.
Yeah, let's meet up in Toronto, bro.
So one day.
2027. No, 2026. 2026. Let's link up in Toronto.
We gotta figure to get us out because we're supposed to go to the Olympics.
That's 28.
Oh shit!
Come on, man.
Damn, I did my math wrong. I'm sorry.
Next year, let's go to Toronto. I'm gonna drive. We can just link up there.
Okay. I ain't driving.
Yeah.
It's a long drive.
Yeah, I don't feel like flying.
Okay, all right. We'll see how you feel in a year. What?
I don't feel like flying. All right. Now let's get to the WNBA.
Yes.
The season has started. The drama has already ensued.
For sure.
The Indiana Fever, led by Caitlin Clark, played the Chicago Sky. I don't think they're led by Angel Reese, but Angel Reese is the biggest name on the team at the moment.
For sure.
There was a moment where somebody shot the ball. Forgive me for not remembering her name, but Angel Reese clearly, and I mean clearly, pushed off to get the rebound.
Oh, for sure.
But the refs ain't called it. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Caitlin Clark, this would have looked like to me. Out of frustration that the refs didn't make that call, Caitlin Clark put a little extra on the foul.
She put a little mustard on it.
You could see the arms extending. Like you could see she pushed her down to the ground.
Yeah. Like Angel it wasn't Reese, the worst foul, but it wasn't the best foul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Angel Reese didn't like that.
For sure.
So
Would you?
She started to, oh no, I wouldn't have liked that. But me, I take it a different way. I'd start laughing at Caitlin Clark. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I'd have done something evil, like just laughed at her and just stared her down for most of the game. But I can see why Angel Reese she started to walk up on her because I feel like she wanted an explanation.
Yeah.
Now, you know, Aaliyah Boston came in.
Yeah. It was a whole little scrap. It was
referee came in. You know? But you know, I feel like it's just folk playing basketball.
That's what it felt like. That's what I thought. I didn't think anything of it. I was like, damn, she came at her though. Hey, you know what? I was like, competitiveness. Hey, you know what? We ain't playing these games.
And you know, when content like this comes out, there's always somebody that has something to say.
Oh, for sure.
Mind you, if a WNBA situation comes out, I feel like the first people to say something should really be those who
play basketball,
played in the W, or
that too.
You know, maybe
just play basketball in general. Just know the game.
Anyway,
know what they're talking about.
A man by the name of Robert Griffin III, former Heisman Trophy winner.
Damn.
He came out to say that he believed this moment proved that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark.
A huge assumption.
He made a statement that he said he ran up on her prepared to pretty much take her out, prepared to hit her when she walked up on Caitlin, because Caitlin. And here's my thing: as soon as Caitlin Clark fouled her, she knew what was up. Caitlin Clark turned around and started walking away.
For sure,
as she tends to do when she starts something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it just seemed a bit, what's the word, Jay? Coonish.
Just, coon type of coon stuff.
Cooning in the cocoon.
He is just the most shucking and jiving ass nigga I've ever seen in my life, to be honest. In my certain opinion. You know what I'm saying? Got your white wife sitting up back talking about this black woman, talking about how she hates this little white girl, and talking about how she was getting ready to swing on Caitlin Clark and this and that, about how she was going to try. She almost ended her own career. Like, the fuck out of here. Like, what is this dude talking about? I don't understand where this even came from. Like, why he would even come out and do this. Like, I get it, maybe to go viral, but like, even to have his wife in the back, sitting in the back,
bro, that shit look crazy.
This shit look crazy, man.
Hey, dog, I am when it comes to college football, I enjoy a RG3 commentated football game.
I was a fan of him before this, to be honest. This kind of put like a bad taste about this man.
And you know, look, man, I hate to do this, but it's like, shut up.
Yeah, you know? Like, what do you stick the football, bro. Why are you talking about this? You don't be watching the dub like this, bro. You don't be watching the dub. You don't be watching the W.
You didn't see one.
RG3 the same nigga that says, "Oh, Angel Reese sucks because she can't make a layup." She make a layups. She just get her own rebound. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. He's one of them type of dudes, bro.
Why you keep coming after her, dog?
Exactly. She's just an easy target. It's kind of lame to come at her.
That's the fact. You're using her, bro. You ain't say nothing with Bonner when Shorty got the number 3 on most points scored.
Yeah.
I ain't hear your ass during the draft.
He had nothing during the draft. I'm talking about Paige.
I'm just saying,
I'm talking about Paige.
Nah, this it's not even niggatry, bro. That's not even niggatry.
It's just coon. It's just cooning and fooling, bro. Cooning and fooling.
The coonerdom.
Yeah, just cooning and fooling.
Now,
Negroes cooning and fooling.
Ryan Clark. Shout out to Ryan Clark. While some people could say he is, what's the word, bruh? I don't know. Some people feel some type of way when you want to defend black women.
Yeah, they I feel like, yeah, but I don't know why though. I feel like I want to aspire to be that type of nigga to always defend black women.
Here's my thing, Jake. While love is love.
Yeah.
I think we all understand that.
For sure.
But I
you
think
love who you love. You can't help it.
Can't help it.
Can't help it sometimes.
But I do think, based on who you marry, you out of certain conversations.
For sure.
Now, I know this was a sports-related topic, but we have seen in the past how the Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese conversation is never really about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
It's always about race.
And so, as Ryan Clark so eloquently stated, I know you're not having the conversations about black women in your home because you, sir, are married to a white woman. And while we not judging you for marrying a white woman,
not at all.
Proud of you, brother, for being a father, raising your kids. Proud of you for doing that as a black man, because some niggas don't. Respectfully. But you can't be in this conversation, my brother. You are officially uninvited to the cookout. I'm sorry. He got to go.
Yeah,
because he gonna come with the breadcrumbs on the mac and cheese. He gonna come with the raisins and the potato salad. This nigga, we can't have it.
We should have known RG3 was cooning and fooling when he took off his helmet and we saw them braids. Looking like Kel Mitchell. Not knowing no better. But what Ryan Clark said, though, I thought hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
Of him not having these conversations because he is with a white woman. So he doesn't, I feel like because he's not having these conversations, he's not understanding the plight of the black woman.
He's not even understanding how to approach.
And how to approach it.
How do you make an assumption that she was going to walk up behind Caitlin Clark and try to sucker punch her?
How do you make an assumption that she hated her? Where the fuck that come from?
Nah, bro, but okay, here's my thing. Personally, what's worse to me is him trying to say her intentions on walking up on her like that was to hit her.
Yeah.
That is very much racism.
For sure.
Very much, especially for a black woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's very much not, that's a terrible assumption of him to make.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's really painting her in the light, in a very bad light, and you don't know her intention, bro.
Yeah.
She could have really just been like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? We out here trying to ball. You could have cost me my career by trying to slam me to the ground, and for what? Because you mad because the call. Caitlin Clark was mad because they didn't get the call. And she tends to do this a lot, bro.
Mm-hmm.
She almost on the level of
what's that white boy?
She almost on the level of Doncic.
Oh yeah, that too.
Begging for calls.
Yeah, for sure.
Almost Draymond Green level.
Yeah. I was gonna say Grayson Allen when he was in college.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I mean, honestly,
just that's the one. Hands on people.
That's the one part of
taking advantage of your privilege.
That's the one part of her game. That's the one part of her game is like, hey, bro, ain't nobody trying to steal all that shit.
Nobody, yeah. She don't get her way. It's the end of the world. See, here's my thing, right? I kind of fuck with Caitlin Clark. She's
She
nice.
cold.
She cold.
She cold.
That white girl's cold. When she talks, she's not as bad as I thought she was gonna be. Like I thought she was gonna be a little,
Yeah.
little racist,
Yeah.
a little ignorant, but she's not. She's informed.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I just feel like
And let's be honest,
I feel
bro,
like this whole situation got completely blown out of proportion.
I'm upset
It's
because
not even that deep at the end of the day.
my thing is
It's
though,
basketball.
cause RG3 acting like this. Even if there is hatred, he acting like this don't go both ways.
Right?
Any other player would have just like held her up, not giving her the layup.
Mm-hmm.
We acting like Angel Reese didn't beat her in the championship and hit her with the "can't see me" all that type of stuff.
What
we
is
acting like she don't feel no type of way about that girl.
Yeah.
Like it's a little ridiculous. If you go talk about it, you got to talk about it from both sides.
Obviously, it's a situation where they respect each other, but do they fuck with each other? Not really.
Bro, we don't gotta like everybody.
That's been obvious though for years.
We don't have to like everybody.
Why is this news to people? That like maybe they don't really like each other. Yeah, they said that they were friends. They probably are if they were to see each other in public, they would not say hello.
And and then it's another thing where we getting on this thing where women, you acting like women can't express frustration.
It's sports.
You acting like just because women get an altercation that they gonna automatically start throwing fists. And that's just not how this works. It was a very poor statement. It was a very poor statement that he had, bro.
When men get in fights in the NBA games, we don't assume that they gonna swing on each other.
No, we don't, because we know they pussy.
Respectfully. Yeah, we did respectfully. Yeah, now they not everybody Draymond. Not everyone's Draymond.
Ain't no headlocks. You know what I'm saying? Like Draymond the only one to get away with that, bro.
Yeah.
I know Rudy Gobert was so hyped they beat them, boy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know he was happy. Anyway. RG3, man, I'm sorry, man. Personally, you can go to a barbecue. You may be able to go to a barbecue, but you can't come to the cookout.
There ain't no coming no cookout.
I'm sorry, man.
When the last time you did that nigga went to a cookout, bro? He probably go to barbecues all the time. I got a feeling
his family is completely opposite of him.
Oh, for sure. He's the odd one out for sure, man.
He's the one that goes to the family cookout.
There's always that one. There's always that one in the family.
And of course,
wife. There's always the one with the white wife, bro. And then always the one that always be like, love is love, bro. You love who you love, man.
He be the one telling his cousin, you just got to work hard.
Yeah, you just got to work hard and just have a good mind and a good spirit. Shut the fuck up, Robert Griffin III.
Of course he be the one with the money.
What? The nigga's name, we should have knew this. The nigga's name is literally Robert Griffin.
They don't call him Bobby. You know they call him Bobby.
They definitely don't call him Bobby. He likes to go by Robert. I bet you he likes
That's
to go by
what I'm saying.
Robert.
Growing up, they probably were calling him Bobby. And he was like, guys, my name is Robert.
They probably would call him Robbie. Nope. My name is Robert. Yeah. He didn't like none of it.
Back when Robert Horry was hitting them shots, they was probably calling him Big Shot Bob. He's like, guys, my name is Robert Griffin.
Robert Griffin III. My name is Robert Griffin III.
It's sad he the one with the money.
Right?
So now you can't even clown him.
He had his white wife sitting in the back.
Bro, and that was wild.
Sitting in the back as he's berating a black woman.
That was dirty
business. Ain't that the most coonest, coon type thing that I ever seen in my life, bro? I don't think I've ever seen one coon and fool worse than Robert Griffin III. I respect you, Ryan Clark, for putting this nigga in his place. Did he get put in his place? Absolutely not. The shit went right over the nigga's head. He had a response. I didn't look into it. I didn't read it. He tweeted. I don't give a fuck.
Hey,
went over his head. And you know what? I got something else to say. Because I got onto this because of Emmanuel Acho. Fuck that nigga too. You coon ass nigga. He was like, ain't this all at the end of the day? Black on black? Like, shut the fuck up, nigga. I hate you, Emmanuel Acho. I hate you more than I hate Robert Griffin III.
Emmanuel Ocho.
Van Lathan gave Robert Griffin III Glaze of the Week because he was glazing Caitlin Clark.
I'm a big fan of the Glaze of the Week song.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Shout out to Higher Learning Podcast, man.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Keeping me very informed and yet very ignorant at the same time.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Shout out Van Lathan, man.
Shout out Rachel Lindsay.
Right, shout out Rachel Lindsay.
Yeah, same last
name.
name.
You know what? You know what? She got broken out of that spell. That's all I got to say. She broke out of that spell. That's all I got to say.
That was a woman
because they cast a spell on you.
That was a woman we had
like
to reel
witches.
Back.
They're like witches and warlocks. They cast a spell on you. They convince you to think that you know, black people suck and that white people are great, and then they bring you in like Robert Griffin III, and you start cooling and fooling and berating black women with a white woman sitting behind you sipping on some tea.
That's Rachel Lindsay is a black woman. We had to reel back, bro. We had
to get it back.
We had to get it back. Hey, shout out to her.
Big ass forehead. I love it,
boy. You know, my daughter got a big head, and I'm fortunate. I'm happy for the future. I feel I'm like, God,
she gonna grow into it.
No, but that just made me feel better about. She gonna end up in the future because I know she got a big head. I'm like, you know, that's all right.
I mean, she's gonna be smart.
Right. Yep.
She have a lot of brains. That's what's in there.
Yep.
I don't think your daughter. I'll be honest with you. I don't think your daughter has a big head. I see plenty of pictures.
Her head is in the 88th percentile. Yo, Jay, I can't wait till you have a kid, bro. The doctor go wrap a measuring tape around the head. Hey, bro, the doctor be like, yep, that's a big one.
Oh, you are a fool, bro. You a fool.
Love it to death.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's end it. Let's end this episode with Tyler's Turntables, man. Wiggy. Interesting week in music, man. Snoop Dogg dropped an album. You feel me?
Did you hear his response to performing at the?
Yeah, I heard it.
I call it 30 for 30. Shut up, nigga.
You know
what? It's Snoop. You know,
Snoop a legend. I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying. I understand what he's saying.
I get it too.
In the sense of no matter how much you do, one thing that people don't like, and niggas will forget everything you fucking done.
Yeah.
I get it.
Now,
he was so quick to come up with that response. It was just like,
oh, he been practicing this.
Damn, that's how you feel?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. He didn't say nothing about like, you know what? I kind of felt a little disappointed.
I promise you, he don't give. I mean,
he definitely don't give a fuck.
You gotta respect the nigga.
He don't give no. He not giving 1-0. He don't care if he a hypocrite or not. He got 30. He got 30K. I think
he took Death Row and has turned it into a very respectable label.
Yeah.
You know. Hey, look, man. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
What genre of music was this album?
Oh, this was rap.
Okay. He back to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's not what I'm here to talk about.
Okay.
I was also given a recommendation, an album called Step Brothers by Starlito. What them niggas' names, bro?
I don't know. I'm just first time hearing this.
I know. Step Brothers by Starlito and Don Tripp.
Okay.
That's all I gotta say about it for now.
That's what you gotta say. It smacks to my eye.
That's all I gotta say about it for now. It was solid, but it's like the niggas can rap, but I don't know. Just what maybe it probably because the recommendation came from my brother. That's probably why I just mentally wasn't in it. But niggas can rap.
Okay.
Niggas can rap. We're here to talk about Key Glock. Glockavelli. I believe that's the name of the album. I hope I ain't wrong. We are here to talk Key Glock. And Key Glock dropped the album. Yeah, Glockavelli the Dawn. That's the name of the album.
Clever name.
Key Glock, Memphis rapper. You know, personally, I can't say personally that I've listened to him a lot in the past. You know, you hear songs every now and then. I honestly came across him when I watched, what's that celebrity basketball league?
Oh, They don't do. I don't think they've done it in a little bit.
YBL or
Something like that.
YB.
I don't know. It was on
CBL,
Complex.
Celebrity Basketball League. Yeah,
I think so.
CBL.
Yeah, CBL.
Literally
Something like
what it's
that. Yeah.
called. Came across him on that. He actually could hoop. He actually a decent hooper.
Oh yeah, he was alright.
Um,
Yeah, he was alright.
Now when I was listening to the Ebro show on Apple Music, and the single off of this is Blue Devil.
Mm-hmm.
Blue Devil has the 3-6 Mafia sample on there. And one thing I say that to say one thing I enjoyed about this album, especially the first half. Great soulful samples, great production. It really helped him in regards to making this sound like a good album, because the way he raps, he needs a good production because he's not going to bring it with his voice, right? He kind
Mm-hmm.
of keeps his voice at the same level, and he has some decent ad libs you can hear throughout the song, but like his production really makes his song. And that's not to say he don't have bars. He has some good bars. But he had a really good Erykah Badu sample. He had the 3-6 Mafia sample. And then even the samples I didn't know, I think he used them really well. Like Glockavelli was a really good sample to me, especially when he was singing especially when we got to the hook. And then I really enjoyed Made Away. Um, and so if you get the chance, tune in to Glockavelli to Dawn. Now I will say this. It's a long album, bro. I honestly feel like he could have done.
21 songs. They don't
Yeah,
do that no more.
they don't, but he don't need 21.
He got 3 bonuses on there.
Unless he decides to just not drop an album for about 3-4 years. He don't need this album didn't need 21 songs. I think he could have done 12 and you would have been like, yo, this is top tier music right here. Cause he really, production wise, he fall off from the whole soulful samples that we familiar with once we get past the first half of the album. You get what
Yeah,
I'm
his
saying?
last project wasn't was in 2023, so
Yeah, so he must drop and then be like, I'm out.
yeah, for at least for a year.
Yeah,
Probably goes on a little tour.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I've always liked Key Glock. You know,
Yeah, he's solid, bro. He's
I
solid.
really
He
was a
really,
fan. He got a
and
couple songs I really like.
one thing I like, one thing I like about rappers in general, when you can make good music and still represent where you from. Like if you were proud, he proud Memphis boy. You could hear the Memphis, you could hear the Memphis in his music.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's something I like out of a lot of rappers. Like take me to a place, take me to where you from, and you could do that many different ways. Me, I like to hear that through production.
For
You
sure.
know, so shout out to Key Glock. And last but not least, Giveon dropped a single. Um, God dang, I just be forgetting shit. Giveon dropped a single called "Rather Be." To know that Giveon is back, I'm just very excited about that. Um, I hope this means, because niggas is dropping singles nowadays, and then they
Then it
just
just
go ghost.
disappeared. It just disappeared.
So I'm hoping this means a project coming. I really do. Because at the end of the day, the R&B scene is bubbling back up again, especially with Leon Thomas. It seems as though Mariah Scientist dropped a single.
Okay.
Summer Walker album may possibly be coming this summer. No pun intended. And so if we can get a Giveon project in there, I think it'd be cool. And I think the single was really good, man. The single was soulful.
Yeah, I like that song. I heard it. I saw the music video of it recently. It was pretty
Soulful
good. Yeah,
single, man.
good
Soulful
music
single.
video.
Yeah. I
Real
gotta
good
check it
music
out. I
video. It
gotta
was
check out
cool.
the
It was
music video.
interesting. I got a music question for you. I don't know if you this wasn't on our notes.
Yeah, what's up?
You know what's going on with this Joey Badass Ray Vaughn thing going beef?
So I'm going off of the Rayvon interview with Ebro.
Okay.
I listened to that, and yeah, it seemed like Joey may have said something about the West Coast, and you know how West Coast niggas feel when
Yeah.
anyone says something about the West, and apparently Rayvon was I forget, I don't know the song or nothing, but Rayvon was taking whatever he said about the West Coast as though like Joey he was feeling like why Joey even speaking his name, trying to put his name next to Kendrick.
Yeah.
And so Rayvon was like, he really on my level. Which, as personally, I don't think that's true at all. Joey Badass has always been
an upper
second
echelon.
tier.
Yeah, like I would say like
Joey Badass always been on
respectable
that.
rapper. He's always been like, yo, Joey Badass is nice.
He's always been on the second tier under Cole, Drake,
Rayvon ain't done nothing
and
yet.
Kendrick. Exactly. He's
So like
Joey
Rayvon
Badass always
can
been
rap.
on that.
I don't get you wrong. That nigga can rap. He can spit.
Yeah, but
There's a
like
difference between
Joey
spitting and
Badass been in the game, bro, since at least 2012. At least 2012.
2012. No, that I think that was it.
1999 dropped in 2012. So it just felt like a little, and I'm talking about
He's a
rap
vet
wise.
in the game at this point. You gotta show him a little bit of respect.
I'm talking about rap wise. It feel like a little kid who trying to get his reputation up, trying to go after the big
young
big
buck.
dogs.
These YNs, man, they try to come from the top.
That's
And Joey Badass, I will say he hasn't been really as focused on the music as he has in the past. You know what I'm saying?
he hasn't
doing a little bit of his acting now. He seems like a little bit of an easy target, especially after that cypher. Yeah, that's where it all spawned from.
That's what it was. You're right. That's what it was.
Big Sean, and I forgot who the third one is.
Yeah. Absol.
Absol. Yeah. Absol. Yeah. They had a cypher, and I think Joey said something to Absol about the West Coast.
Yep.
But I thought it was all fun and games because Absol didn't seem too upset about it.
Yep.
So, but I just been seeing diss tracks like crazy coming out.
Yeah.
All about the bunch of dudes from the West Coast coming at Joey. Joey dropped like 3-4 diss tracks. It's too much to keep up with, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. This is one of those beefs where like it's a low tier beef. It's a low tier beef right here. I'm not gonna say this Chris Brown Quavo.
No, this ain't Chris Brown.
But like it's a little bit. It's a notch above that one.
Yeah, I mean, look, shout out to Joey Badass, man, for just standing ground.
Yeah.
You got random niggas trying to come at you.
This the most music Joey Badass dropped in a 2-week span. He dropped in years.
And to be honest with you, bro, Rayvon just dropped a project.
Yeah, he's trying to.
This all makes sense. Make sure y'all check out the Good, the Bad, and the Dollar Menu.
I gotta listen.
I did a review on that last week. I will drop the review clip. I mean, y'all could just listen to the whole episode, but I'll drop the review clip as well soon. Hopefully,
comes out Thursday. On,
y'all make sure.
YouTube.
Oh, appreciate that. Y'all check out the review clip on that album. I think my Wi-Fi cut me off while I was talking about that, but really good project. So him doing this, I mean, look, promotion, whatever worked for you, my G. Yeah. But look, going toe for toe with Joey Badass ain't.
Hey, you know what? It takes balls.
It takes balls, but I don't know the smartest move.
It's one of those things where I feel like he thought about this and was like, if I respond to Joey Badass, there's a possibility Joey Badass will entertain this.
And you know what's sad about this, bro? New York is not going to have his back.
Nah, New York's so divided now, man.
But
they ain't
also,
like how they used to
but
be.
also the problem is though, there's nobody else from New York that lyrically can have his back, bro.
Not right now. You know what? I blame Diddy. The nigga put semen on his nipples and everything just fell apart from there.
Hey, bro.
We can end the episode on that.
That's what we got for y'all today, man. This is another episode of the No Clearance Podcast. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you want to hear the conversation before the convo, make sure you go to patreon.com/noclearance. And for $5 a month, you get our extra content behind the paywall, which I truly think, especially over the last 3 or 4 weeks, you would thoroughly enjoy. Yeah. Are we posting the clip, Sammy Houston review?
It's somewhere on YouTube coming up soon. This one of the. I scheduled it. It's scheduled out. We ain't posting.
And make sure in the comments we like if you want to see the whole thing. We'll do what? Make sure you're on the Patreon. I know you did that. I'm just throwing it out there. Make sure
a little taste of the Patreon. Sorry.
Yeah, get a little taste of the Patreon. It's coming soon. Make sure you stay black and stay blessed, y'all.
Peace.